Hello, hello, hello. This is Attorney Mike Gravel coming to you from Chicago. As usual, it's Kim Blandino. He's back in court. Let's get it started.
Oh, sweet Jesus. What?
Don't advertise on Google Ads or Facebook before blocking click fraud with Clixies. Not a fun fact. 1 out of every 4 clicks is fraudulent.
Okay, here we are. We're signed in. We made it. I don't know how quickly they're going to get on. All right, you guys led me astray. You said they were already going in the chat here. That's really the problem. That's the problem we're talking about right here. Oh, good Lord! It's starting early. It's starting early. Okay, here's something I ripped off from Biggin. I like. Where is it?
Excuse me, can I ask a question?
No, place your screen on mute.
Hello.
Is anybody out there?
All right, I'm going to make a coffee because I'm in this. It's awkward.
Now? Hello out there, and I know you guys are all so excited to hear about sentencing. Right, Mike?
Yeah.
On who? Who's this person?
That would be Kim Blandino.
No, never heard of him. Okay, I've heard of him.
Okay, I need to get this out of the way. I know I'm taking over your channel right now, but I need to get this out of the way. I was doing this Kim Blandino thing, and I would go for hours, okay? And I'm bleary. All right, sentencing.
Yes. So, Mike, I did pay attention enough to notice that he was convicted.
Okay, so my question, I guess the threshold question is, did you think that you were going to get sentenced to jail or not? Like, were you surprised by the outcome of the sentence?
Well, you see, I always, even in the 95 case, you know, where I went to prison, you always want to be prepared for the absolute worst so you don't faint in court or, you know, I'm always prepared for the absolute worst outcome. But there were some indications that I was going to get probation. The main tell was that Federico wasn't there to make his statement. I believe he got clued in. No sense in you coming down. He's not going to you're not going to talk him into prison. I found it outrageous what Dickerson was saying, quite frankly. I know you have a different opinion. At least you expressed it on the show that he did a heck of a job and everything. But to bring up that 94, 95 conviction as though, I mean, that bolsters my case. Between then and now, nothing but traffic things, except till this thing came along.
Yeah. And
the thing is that, you know, if I were presenting this case, I mean, the way Ben told it, I'm Don Quixote. I mean, you saw the theory he had. I'm Don Quixote coming from.
I thought it was a really good defense theory. I really did.
But the problem is, you know, everybody wonders, why don't you live a life? Why are you doing this? Well, here's the thing. In my family court case, the judge that I had was just horrible. In 95, when the case first started, They had 2 votes to remove her by the Commission on Judicial Discipline. And they said,
Remove
oh, she'll learn her lesson and everything, but they removed her in 98. Now my case is still in the middle of it, my family court case, but this was an horrendous judge.
Unconstitutional. The first rule says any party or the court itself can request a hearing to be sealed or a case to be sealed. The papers would not have public access, and any hearings or trials would not be able to be attended by the public. Access to the courts is one of our fundamental First Amendment rights. The second rule declares any type of custody matter a paternity matter, whether or not paternity is actually in question. Paternity matters have been sealed in Nevada since 1979. So now, whether or not parentage is actually in question, that matter is going to be automatically sealed.
I was dismayed when those rules came about because I knew immediately that they were going to be used to basically block all access to family court, at least in the manner in which they were written. There are some people who would think that our Nevada judges exist to scrutinize the judges, and really it's not. But as I was covering cases, I started to stumble into
Oh, good Lord. Good morning, everybody. Kick it off with a nice mute. Once again, it shows that there's no alcohol involved. I muted to go make coffee. Oh. I can't tell. And I had Ben on last night, and I was trying to get it from him without getting him in trouble, but he doesn't seem to know either, or at least is not giving the information. But we'll see. I don't know. It's pretty blatant. It's a pretty blatant violation. You got to go. The problem is that it's the whole sentence. So a violation on this puts him in. It's not like you can say, all right, knock it off, Kim, go do a weekend in jail. It's like if you revoke him or you say that he's not on probation because he won't sign the probation slip, then you impose the sentence. It's kind of a binary thing. It's very interesting. All right. Legal Vices, good morning. How you doing? How are things in Korea? Nice to see you. Oh, yeah, yesterday. He's put firecracker instead of flamethrower. Whatever. It's a super chat from yesterday. Thank you. I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Not good, not bad. Just I don't get the reference. Now I get it. Okay. That's funny. Caleb Windsor, $20. Thank you very much. We love you, Mike. Thank you for the daily content. Oh, I love you guys. Thank you. Thanks for showing up. That's what makes it fun. All right, where are we at here? Rose DeSoto Phillips, $10 sticker. Thank you. Charles LePage, $2. Like and subscribe for the cats, or the cats get your winner. I thank you, and thank you for that great segue to plug my video from yesterday. It's called what is it called? Cat/wiener. You understand? That's what I put on the thumbnail. It's fantastic. It's so good. The debacle in Judge Maribel's courtroom. It's a short one too. It's just straight to the good stuff. We've got contempt. We've got Hurricane Katrina. The video has everything, if I do say so myself. A man representing himself has a Blandino for client. Well, he does in this case. Although he actually has an attorney now. And he had one then against his will. I can't believe I did that. I mean, you know, I just got up. I was just trying to fix coffee. Couldn't remember. And it's too bad, too, because, it was brilliant. All my comments. Yeah. Okay, Jeff. Thank you. Mic fund. I have more mics than I know what to do with. It's not as simple as just getting a mic. I bought a whole bunch of them. I got another one sitting right here that I can't seem to get to work. Where is it? Right there. I got another one, but it doesn't want to play nice with my arrangement. Stop. Now I'm gonna be confused about this all day. Okay, is anything happening or there? Or they're just looping this? Am I on right now? Natalie Pirani. I hope I'm saying that right. Best morning ever. Oh. Pam Myers, $4.99 super sticker. Thank you very much, Pam. Oh Lord, let me do this. Christopher Pekarik. No, that's not bad. $9.99. Would you represent Mr. Blandino? Oh yeah, it'd be fun. But the ground rules would be, we're doing it my way. If you want to do it your way, then you do it your way. I legit think he's lonely unless he goes to court. Yeah, I don't. I would say something along similar lines. I would say it gives him meaning, which is not exact. Which is basically a slight variation of exactly what you're saying. We've already had a Blandino shuffle. There will be more. Thank you, Barb. Aw, treats for the pups. You know, the pups don't deserve it. They're rotten to the core. But thank you. Oh, good Lord. Hi, all. I'm working, but I have this on in the background. If I'm unable to comment during the hearing, press 1 if Blandino should be tased instead of getting jail. Oh, Nigel, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Ms. Porter and Ms. Blandino are mute all the same time, period. Sweet Jesus. Wait, Ms. Porter and Blandino. Wait, is this thing going? I have it on, and all it's showing is the loop of the preview, which is fine. Quick case recap of this. All right, I'll tell you. Blandino was convicted of what was it? What's extortion of a judge? Because he from a long series of events, starting from a traffic offense. Otherwise, it won't be short. He is here now because he picked up new charges and he hasn't signed his bond agreement, his probation agreement, and therefore the alternative is jail. So that's where we are, and that's what this hearing's about. Oh, I know this one. This one gets all upset when I say Gothier. Thank you. Good morning. We had a discussion about it. It's quite serious. What's my favorite coffee brand? Whatevs. Whatever's there. I can palate Starbucks. If we're talking for like for everyone to hear that, or I really like Dunkin' Donuts. I really do. Then it gets very weird and small references that people won't get. All right. Don't get to see many live ones. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Mike West. I appreciate that. I that's very kind. And by good work, you mean muting yourself most of the time when you start a stream. 2 pounds if you unbutton. No, I'm good, Mike, today. Look at that. I'm ready for court, Mike, today. I mean, I even took a shower for this. That's the level of commitment we're talking about here. Thank you, Thomas. Good morning, Biggin. I already poached one of your clips today. I love that. I love Judge Lal saying, no, you can't ask a question. Mute yourself. It was beautiful. In her sweet little voice. Good morning, Night and E. Law Nerds Assemble. That appears to have occurred. We've got a crowd here. Steve Brown, $2. Thank you. Legal Vice is one of my good friends is city attorney for Vegas. As he said, thank God I'm not the DA's office anymore and don't deal with him. Yeah. Mike is fantastic. Hit the like, nerd herd. Thank you, Night and E. Chuck in Tennessee for Morse code classes. I'm so happy I found your channel. My entire family is addicted to listening to this channel all the time. We have things. We have learned things, including the kids. Well, that's awesome to hear. But you do realize it's accidental, right? that's all. A little for the Naughty Adventure Fund and the Merlot Fund, which probably go hand in hand. Yeah. Oh, Malort Fund. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's small type for me. I need a bigger monitor. I need a big old guy monitor. Yeah. Yeah, Ben. I had a nice chat with Ben, both on stream yesterday and another one, and he seems pretty happy about not being involved in this. Teresa Brewer, 2 pounds. I really want an outburst from him. Oh, we might just get that. Is this right? Is this what's going on? I have no jurisdiction to mute myself. Yet I do it anyway. In the face of common law. It's pure fraudery. It is. All right. I missed a bunch of lives as my Henry's been very sick. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm here, missed everyone. Nice to see you, Gia. I'm here. It's not my birthday. My uncle's alive. Are there no cats in the office? Oh, we've had a litany of good excuses the last few days, haven't we? Lars Beresford, $10. Thank you very much. My mom just picked up the kids so I can work. She asked for something to listen to on the way home, and I put on Long Talk with Mike. I'm sure the 3-year-old is thrilled. Your mom's gonna be like, what do you watch? What do you watch? All right, now I gotta behave. I know mom's watching. Is Debbie going to join us? No, Debbie's. I think Debbie's at the fair. Well, I know Debbie's at the fair because she sent me pictures of cute piglets. Oh yeah. It would be cool as I'm catching a live Law Talk with Mike, and I'm in St. Joseph, Michigan. I think she's at the fair. I'm not sure, but I think so. New Ted Nugent parody song, Can't Scratch Wiener. Yeah, where's Weird Al Yankovic needs to get right on that. That's right. That's perfect. That's right up his alley. Take a shower, Mike. Mike is too busy. Kim Davis, $1.99. Thank you. New T-shirt, Law Talk with Mike. United, Law Talk with Mike. United the Muted. Oh Lord. Yeah, I did seriously think about doing a shirt that said the cat jumped on my wiener, but I can't go there. We're people might take that the wrong way. I've none that I'm aware of. I have jurisdiction over the shower heads. It's a good thing that's a good thing to have, honestly. I don't know, but my gut is yes. I can't tell. It's Judge Levitt. Whatever Judge Levitt decides to do. Keep up the good work. Too bad you can't do the USS Bonhomme Richard. I don't know what that is. I don't get it, as is often the case. Thank you, Cian. Loud talk while muted. It really does improve the experience for everyone. Let's be honest. When my mic's on, then I can just get a bunch of comments saying that it'd be better if you stopped talking. Oh, the piglet pics. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to out Deborah Davis and our piglet text exchange. It's right along the lines of the classic. Can I tell you a dirty joke? Yeah, the pig fell in the mud. All right, let's go here. Let's move. How many shekels do I need to cough up for you to put the fez on your head? You've coughed up sufficient shekels. Idamar Eden. I got 15 of a currency that I'm not familiar with, but thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. I imagine I can get myself a Shadow Malart with that. All right. I'm finally caught up. Is this thing happening?
She's earned the support of Democrats.
Is this thing happening today? Did I get the time wrong? Did I get the time wrong here? And am I still on? 4 minutes. All right. Well, I didn't want to have to. That's what it's come down to here.
I know where there's free lodging.
All right. Well, that's as close to getting Deborah on as we're going to have today. She's either at the fair. If she's not at the fair, she's probably stuck in 3B with Judge Middleton. Oh, Lord. Oh, so now that we're here, first of all, thank you all for coming out. Second of all, if you didn't do it, I ended up posting last night at midnight. That's how good the clip was. I had another good stream yesterday. This judge out of Florida, I think people told me his name is Judge Van or something. I could be wrong. He's like down in Panama City, Florida. Oh, Lord. That was good times. That's what I was doing. And I saw that in the chat. So I get this out of Judge Marable's room. And it was so out there. I had to do a live stream at midnight because I couldn't go to bed. I'm like, I have to get this off my chest before I can sleep. And you know what? It worked because I had a nice little live stream and it was a lot of fun. And then I conked out. I conked out hard. All right. It was Israeli shekels? Seriously? That's awesome. I need here's the thing. I really need someone to run this for me. The only person I would trust to do it is Yesenia because she knows me and she knows exactly my limitations, shall we say. Can you imagine being my assistant for like 5-6 years? I pay her well, but it isn't enough. It really isn't. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to drag her into this. I don't know if I want to drag her this far. All right. Let me go over there.
I don't even know where to begin, I guess. Maybe Judge Bulla, I guess where should we
Is anybody
start?
over, does anybody have a device over in his chat?
And I think last time we talked a lot about sort of...
Somebody said that Alex was saying the judge is running a little late.
What about what happened with jurisdiction when an appeal is filed? And then kind of, we need to know more about what happens after that, and what are some of the purposes
Thank
of
you,
what goes
Peggy.
on in the appeals courts and those kinds of things. So,
I really did enjoy both lives yesterday.
I
mean, I didn't do anything. It was just I happened to have two good clips fall in my lap, and it was fun.
A decision from the appeals court, and what needs to be followed, and then what is the purpose of a remitter?
Let me start with the last question first.
Sure.
The
It's a real
purpose of
tax
the
of
remitter
$5.
is for the district court or the lower court.
We have an agent
to
buying little
have
Mikey
the
for you
case
today.
back for
You're
further
welcome.
handling.
Duffy's on the take.
So it really gives the court, the lower
Little
court,
Mikey didn't
jurisdiction of the
make
case,
weight,
so they can
so she did. So she
follow
gets to
the
keep him, and
directions
she
of
was
the
so
appellate
excited
court.
about it. I
And it
suspect
really
she knows the
varies case
parameters
by
and
case
probably
in terms
cheated
of
to the
what
extent
those
she could.
directions are. It could be that the appeal has been affirmed, which means that the lower court will simply close its case. Or we may give directions for a new hearing or a new trial. And the district court judges are excellent about following the directions of the appellate court.
Let's do this. I've done it,
and handle the case.
but it's too confusing
So you
under the
mentioned
current
it gives
circumstances, so
the
I can't do a
jurisdiction
proper
back
poll.
because,
I
as
want
I think we did talk a little bit
one
about
if you
it,
think
hoping the information
Kim
much
Blandino
more,
ends
of
up in
course, is
jail,
the
and
jurisdiction
2
moves,
if you think he
basically.
gets
So
another
first it's in the
break
district court,
and
gets appealed,
and
then at
walks
that
out of
point it
here.
leaves from the
Yeah,
district
I
court
guess
and
1
goes
is
up to
remanded,
the
2 is not
appellate court,
remanded.
correct?
That's
That's
simple.
generally
Tell me in the chat. I want to get a flavor of what we think.
And then, so after it's
you guys
is
think he's going
remanded back
away?
to the district court, then what needs to happen at that point? Do the parties need to do anything?
You
Do the
guys
judges
think he's
do
going
something? What
away?
happens after that?
I'm leaning that way.
Jim?
I'm leaning that way, but I'm at like 55, 45. You know, kind of
If the case
certainty
is
on this.
affirmed, as Judge Wallace mentioned, then largely what's going to happen is there could be a
Not a lot of believers that Kim's going to get out of this. You know, it'd be justified.
Steps to implement, and oftentimes, just like Judge Wallace told us, it's self-affecting. So you can read the decision and know exactly what takes place. And affirmance, in all due regard,
It really just depends on what mood
now enforceable is no longer on appeal.
the judge is in today.
Final order with the remitter being issued.
I like her. Levitt.
If the decision is
I actually had this conversation with Ben yesterday, but I don't know if it was on stream or not. So I'll retell it. Ben was saying, you know, it took her 2 years to hit her breaking point to revoke his right to self-representation.
How do you read this decision?
So, you know, we both came to the conclusion she'll do it eventually, but she's got a long fuse.
As the trial court judge, what do I need to do next? Let's make sure we're on the same page. There's a hearing along those lines, and then it's worked out. And the judge,
Instead, audio too loud, can't hear me over it. Thank you.
As to what exactly did the Court of Appeals mean? What did you mean by it?
What did you mean? Judge Gibson, if you get a remand.
All right. Well, we'll take care of that. I just had it on so to prompt me when it changes. We can go hunt that contemptuous cat when you come over to Charleston. Oh, I'm not going to Charleston. I'd lost my mind. I got a sister who lives in South Carolina, and I just assumed it was in Charleston. I'm going to a wedding here in a couple of weeks. It should be fun. I already have it booked, but I'm going to Savannah, Georgia, and Savannah and Charleston are like, I guess, two both, you know, beautiful southern towns rich in history. So I just, in fact, I almost booked to the wrong place, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to be in Savannah. So if anyone's got Savannah info for me, let me know. I'm going to be in Georgia. I'm going to be hanging out with Judge Lowell and Judge McBurney. Okay, no, I'm not. They're in Atlanta. I'm not going to Atlanta. I'm going to Savannah. Don't use this for Kim's bail. No worries, Tom. Thank you. It will not go to that. Oh, Lana, thank you. I think Kim used up all this BS equity with Judge Levitt already and is going away. Yeah, that could be. I mean, she did finally revoke his right to self-representation. She gave him another chance by suspending his sentence and allowing him probation, but then he stepped all over that. He did two things. He hasn't signed his probation agreement, so really I don't even know if the judge would. At that point, the judge almost doesn't have discretion. Yeah, I mean, you're sentenced. And if you haven't signed your probation, you're not on probation. Therefore, sentence is imposed as a matter of law. I mean, it depends on what he says and everything. It's all interesting, but the default position is, all right, sentence imposed. Go. I'm confident. I can't remember his name of the prosecutor. Oh, Dickerson. I'm confident the prosecutor Dickerson is going to make that exact argument because he's sharp like that. Legal Vices ponders the question: is Mike wearing pants? Well, I am, but they don't match this, shall we say? I need to be protected from cats jumping on my wiener at all times. I mean, you can't be careful enough. That stuff just happens. I'm a victim. All right, what can I say? I'm a victim. Lars, don't. You're not taking me there. You're not taking me there. I'm not doing that. Kim just wants to be queen for a day. Well, we'll see. We'll see. If they impose a sentence, he might be queen for a lot longer than that. Oh, Lord. All right. So this is just a hangout stream. Oh, sweet Jesus. I don't have any more good clips. I guess I'll just do this. Well, now I know. That's not good. That was a couple days ago, but it seems like eons. The classic Judge Bryant, Grace and Mercy have left the room. Oh, it's more fantastic. Doing this is too easy. All right. Regarding the cat guy, it was his own fault for going to Zoom without a couple. Well, yeah. I mean, as men, we know that cats jump on our wieners all the time. They can't help themselves. It's just what happens. We should do an AMA. How are the pups? Oh, the pups are naughty and cute. I was going to do an AMA. Well, I did one, but I didn't give anybody notice. I was going to do an AMA with Yesenia. But I got to be there to monitor. Like I can't have her. I can't have her remote telling the truth about things. All right, let me see here. Missed you. I've been following the ridiculous HPO Chili tried to file on Kate from asshole. Yeah, that's all been going around. Chili's fallen off for me, but it is funny. A lot of people send that stuff to me, and he lost yesterday. People were like asking me, but I'm like, you don't have to do anything. His pleadings are horrible. His arguments are horrible. Just show up and it'll go away. And that's exactly what happened. Ooh. Wait a second here. This might be cool. I might, if it's okay with you guys, and even if it's not. I might have Ben Bateman join me here. All right, what's going on? Now, could it get any cooler than that? The answer is no. Oh, that was my ultimate pet peeve with professors and general blowhards, is answering their own rhetorical questions. Oh, that used to get on my nerves back in the day, back when I was at Hogwarts. All right. Let me see here. Let's see. This has got to get going.
Position of being a respondent and not an appellate.
He is exactly right.
Sometimes it happens though, right? I mean, and even, you're the winner, but the loser appeals. So, you're still in the same position.
Absolutely.
So let's ask some questions. After we have filed an appeal, it is based on just the record below, right?
That's right.
So, Jim, maybe you can tell us about the role of the appendix and the transcript request and how important an appendix is.
Well, first of all, I found that you don't really need an appendix. Like my wife tells me she doesn't need a husband. So but look, you have an obligation, if you're going to take an appeal, to provide a record to the appellate court, whether it be the Court of Appeals or the Nevada Supreme Court, for a reason why they should rule in your favor, whether that be to affirm the ruling below or to reverse the ruling below. And how do you do that? Well, you can't expect miracles. You have to provide the appellate court with a record. So what is the record? Well, the record is the testimony of the men and women who have testified. The record are the documents and exhibits that have been introduced in evidence. The record can be demonstrative exhibits that can be allowed to be viewed by the court. The record can be video now in this electronic age. Everything is done by videotape and by electronic means. And so now with COVID, we've been doing the exhibit sharing or slide sharing of exhibits on the witness stand, even though you're remotely in our office or somebody else's office or even out of state. So that's very important. And the other part of it is, if you do not provide a clear record, you are bound to lose, because there's no way that the court is going to substitute its view for that of the lower court, the trial court, unless there's a clear understanding of what took place and therefore what may not have gone well or been done properly. So the record is quite important. In terms of the appendix, this is kind of a new rule some years ago. After your brief, you have 15, 20, 30 pages of briefing. And then after that, you attach the exhibits that are going to support your position. Okay? It can be the entire record. It can be 500 exhibits. It can be 20 exhibits, however many there are. And you put them in index form. So you keep track of them. Typically, it is in the order in which they are introduced into evidence. And you then can provide that to the appellate court. So they're, whether it be themselves individually or their law clerks, are able to study the materials and understand what's present. And you mentioned earlier, Alexis, about not introducing things.
It's my new version of mute.
Presented before. Not allowed to raise anything. There are some exceptions.
I was trying to get Ben on. That's all. I'm busted trying to put it together with Ben here.
Right, so you need to make sure that that which you are pointing to is well documented in the record and is defensible. And that's an important point from a trial lawyer's perspective or from a litigant's perspective.
Right, and that was one of the questions that we had was, just how important is it to preserve your arguments below, considering that it's just whatever the lower court heard, then the higher court reviews it all, or reviews some of it, or reviews, basically what you present to them, right? So how important is it to make sure you're preserving those arguments below?
Well, that's the key. And a practitioner will know, the judge will know, of a little rule that we use. It's called an offer of proof. Okay, And an offer of proof allows the litigant or the lawyer, whoever the person making the arguments for, to suggest, Your Honor, you're objecting to what I'm saying. But if you would allow me, I'd like to make a short presentation about, if you allow my evidence to come in, I will demonstrate the following. Okay, the car accident occurred at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He was going through a red light and not a green light, those kind of things. And so what you're trying to do is try to demonstrate to the appellate court. You're actually speaking to the court that's not in front of you, who will learn that if I was allowed to introduce my evidence, I could demonstrate that this was the truth and not what the judge may have found. So the use of the tool of an offer of proof is very important, because then you can tell the court, this is what is before you, and this is what, had you ruled in my view, or followed my suggestion, this is what it may have been had you allowed it to take place. And so it gives the appellate court a chance to understand, this is the consequence of ruling the way I ruled, either rightly or wrong.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, and our viewers are maybe understanding you correctly, is when you're down below in the trial court and the judge maybe denies admission of a piece of evidence, you can make this offer of proof to say, Judge, had you actually allowed me to enter this piece of evidence, it would have proved all these other things. And then that way on appeal, you can make that same argument, and the appeal of a piece of evidence, you can make this offer of proof to say, Judge, had you actually allowed me to enter this piece of evidence, it would have proved all these other things.
Find it, try it.
And then that way on appeal, you can make that same argument, and the appeals judge can maybe consider it.
Not only that, but you're helping out the appellate judge, because the appellate judge is going to understand this is the significance of why this is being debated.
Sure.
And then I can decide whether or not it's significant at all. Maybe it's not, but at least I see it in context. I can see it with the trees in the forest.
Sure.
See how it all works together.
Sure. Judge Gibson, are you hearing offers of proof in your trials?
Yes, very frequently. I always allow the attorneys to make an offer, to make a brief statement of what their position is, regardless of what my ruling on the objection is, so that it is preserved for the record. I'm always happy to let them make a record.
Do you ever ask pro per litigants if they have a position, or do you ever try to help them in that way when you're on the bench?
It sure is.
I can't help them, but I do ask them if they
He has
have
another date up on Monday in traffic
give
court.
them the opportunity to speak at least, and if as is often the case, it happens even with trained individuals, but with an untrained individual, they may start
like you who needs
talking
trolls
and wandering off course, and I will help to direct them back. I'll say, what I was asking was this. Do you have an answer to that specific question? And just so that it's clear that they were given an opportunity to understand what was going on, I'll always ask them, when they're objected to, if they have a counter position. And sometimes you get a blank stare, sometimes they have a whole lot to say, and I'm especially in the case of a pro per, I would like to make sure the record's really clear that they were given due process. They were given, an opportunity to be heard. It can be daunting to have a paid attorney on the other side there, and some people just might be like a deer in the headlights, and until you take that chance to pause and give them an opportunity to respond, they may utilize that to gather their thoughts and put something worth hearing there on the record, so the appellate court knows exactly what was going on at the time. Mr. Jimson, he mentioned my demeanor, but I've never seen a trial lawyer with better demeanor than Mr. Jimmerson. He does not raise his voice. In fact, sometimes I have to strain to hear, because he's not overly excitable in the trial, in the courtroom at trial, but he's always very clear, very concise, and as you get down there, and I imagine the appellate court has probably banged their heads against the walls a couple of times trying to make heads or tails of a particular record that's come up before them, especially on a transcript, because family court has been known from time to time to entertain a certain degree of a lack of civility and a lot of talking over one another. I do my best to kind of manage that as respectfully but as firmly as I can from the bench, because it is all about the record and making sure it's absolutely clear. I don't want it ever to go up there and have them assume I was just having a bad day, have somebody off. I'd rather that the issues were fully fleshed in front of me as much as possible. It may actually help me to make a better decision than I initially thought I was going to make, and it might prevent the need for the appeal.
And I should say a litigant who is representing themselves, is it okay for them at appropriate times to ask you if they can make a point? I think some, you mentioned some litigants.
Thank you, Dilly Dave.
Kind of staring at you like a deer caught in headlights. If they do have a question or they do want to make a point,
it looks awesome down there. I'm looking forward to it.
That, so you're aware of what of their intent, not speaking over, as you say. Will you give them that opportunity?
Yes, absolutely. And typically, before any testimony is received or anything, even from a witness, I will try to give them a breakdown.
I'm standing on the river. Nice hotel too. I just booked it. I didn't know. I looked at it. I'm like, damn, that's gonna be nice.
And then from another, if they hear an objection, just stop talking until they hear me rule on it, and I'll cue them that they can go ahead and speak at that point. Hey, I handle pro per litigants exactly.
Thank you.
Way. If they're getting a little excitable and jumping in, I'll just pause the proceedings for a second on the record and say, I need you to hold your question for a minute. We're gonna let the attorney ask their question or make their point, and then I'll come to you. So I do, I was a hearing master for 6 years. You have a lot of referee built in you, and a lot of it is just refereeing. Just kind of helping to manage the proceedings so that you can keep the clearest record possible.
Judge Bulla was a discovery commissioner. She can talk about wrangling all day, I'm sure. So we talked about preserving the record below. Are there issues, though, Judge Bulla, that can be raised on appeal, even if they weren't technically properly preserved in lower court? Tell us about that.
Yes, and I believe Jim referenced plain error review, which means we're looking at an issue that was not preserved or perhaps more plainly stated, not discussed fully on the record. We will look at those issues, but they are pretty limited in scope. One issue would be subject matter jurisdiction. Did the court even have the jurisdiction to hear the matter? And we would always look at subject matter jurisdiction. Constitutional issues where there's due process. And Judge Gibson mentioned, the opportunity to be heard. We'll take a look at the constitutional
I'm all about it, B-Dub.
To make sure that
I can take care of this right now.
In addition, and this is my own commentary here, we obviously are concerned about children and the rights of children in trying to make sure that the rulings have protected those rights. But having said all of that, plain error review is very limited. It's great.
All right. I don't know what's happening here. I can put it on that screen, but I don't know if I can read the chat because it's so small. Because it's 3 screens down for me. What's the word over on ONJ chat? They should know. They're in the room, I think. Little Kim has returned, but where? Yeah, it's not nearly as good as this. You're welcome, Biggin. Thanks for all the material. Everyone go over there and hit like and subscribe. He started about 2 weeks ago, and he's got 300 videos now. It's unbelievable. They're all good. The judges abandoned ship. Oh. It would be fun to see Kim make that proclamation. He's coming in from custody, I understand. So, you know the deal.
I know where there's free lodging.
Thanks for entertaining me at the Children's Mercy Hospital with my 12-year-old grandson. Had COVID and developed a large abscess in the throat. They can't drain. Sick boy. Oh, hope he gets better. Hope he gets better. They bounce back like rubber balls at that age, though. He'll get through it. All right. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna have his ascot on today. We're gonna see Kim sans ascot for the day. Or at least that's what I think. I don't know if we're gonna see him at all. I thought the dance was impressive. I did. I stole that from Kick like way back during the trial. I should throw that out there. Admiralty or maritime law? It reminds me of the Blues Brothers bit. We have both country and Western music. Oh, thank you, Nigel. Nurse Coy, I'm guessing is the pronunciation, became a YouTube member. Thank you, Nurse Coy. Oh, that's good to know. Michael Dickerson's in the house. That's always the start. That's always the start. Oh, that was the best part of the trial when Kim thought that Prosecutor Dickerson had invaded his space, which, by the way, he hadn't. He was delivering an argument in the well of the court, which is perfectly his right. Oh, that was the coup de grace right there. All right, I should go back over there and throw this on. It's got to be warming up. This is the problem with these lives. We don't know, and then I'm just sitting here. I'm sitting here muted in a suit. I got nothing. I got nothing here. All right.
Video recorded now, especially since the pandemic. So
particularly in family court. In RJC civil division, oftentimes, still a court reporter being taken down or a recording tape.
Sure.
One of the things you mentioned, Alexis, also I do want to get into is a judgment enforceable while it's on appeal?
Right.
Okay. And the answer is yes. The trial court is a court of plenary jurisdiction. It can enforce all kinds of issues. So if there's a decision by the loser, whoever that was, to take an appeal, that order, that judgment is still in effect. It's still enforceable. So how do you keep it?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes. The answer is you have to petition the trial court initially, and then the appellate court following that to get a stay of appeal or a stay of execution of judgment. So, for example, is there going to be a change in custody from one parent to another? Is there going to be an order of a payment of $10,000? Are you going to be able to stop that being executed upon or paid? So that process is called a stay. It's Rule 62 of our local rules, Rule 8.
Yep.
The appellate court rules, Supreme Court rules. And
You've got a snafu situation going on here.
Kind of create a stay or a pause while you have an opportunity to have these matters heard on appeal, because on appeal, on Judge
I saw that and I liked it and I wanted to use it today, but I didn't know this about clips. It's interesting. She took down the video, so the clip was taken down automatically. I was actually going to grab it for this purpose because it was good. It was a good clip.
We have what is called
but now
a
I can't.
deflection court or a transfer court. So every appeal goes directly to the Nevada Supreme Court, and then by rule, they will transfer certain cases to us. Once a case is transferred to the Nevada Court of Appeals, the majority of our cases are resolved within 3 to 6 months.
You're kidding.
Once the case is transferred to us. So
how long does
some
that
of
take?
well, it varies because there is briefing. There's briefing that has to occur, and sometimes there's a mandatory settlement conference. So there are certain delays built into the process, but we work really hard to get our cases resolved within that time frame.
For our viewers, that's an incredible record. That is a real compliment to the judges who are handling it, because in history, it's taken much longer time.
And I think our Nevada Supreme Court has been pretty diligent in, recent years to try to make sure there's not nearly as much as a backlog, as there may have been in the past, because it is important, of course, to all of our community, right, to make sure that these orders are coming out, because it helps guide the judges. Judge Gibson doesn't, if there's new law that comes out or new decision that comes out, he's got to know about it, right? So, we talked. Thank you for mentioning that. Of course, can you speak to the standard that one has to? Is there stuff you have to prove in order to get a stay? Like, what is the requirements in order to get a stay? Are you able to comment on that?
Yes, I am. You follow the rules, which give you certain factors, 4, 5, 6 different factors. One is the stay going to somehow create an irreparable injury to one of the litigants? Okay. Is there a likelihood of success in the merits, or at least do you have a reasonable argument that your position will be acceptable to the appellate court and maybe result? If you're taking a flyer, the chance for a stay is probably not very good. But if you have a litigable issue, that's one of the factors that the trial court or the appellate court will consider. Judge Gibson will have an application before him. I want to stay, Judge. I don't agree with your ruling, and I need to get a stay so I don't lose the case. Well, I'm just waiting for an opportunity to brief and have an argument.
Thank you.
So the judge will consider the factors under these rules, which are talking in terms of what is the likelihood that you're going to win, or do you have a fighting chance, or is your case so preposterous I can't be good conscience?
Thank you, Nurse Coy.
Those are the kinds of factors that the judge will consider. Does it cause irreparable injury? Am I hurting somebody by granting a stay? I may be helping you by granting it, but am I hurting somebody else? And maybe worse.
There's a Hilligas hearing that's very recent that I might do, but I haven't watched it yet.
And what harm would there be if I do grant a stay?
Well, it's a Hanty hearing, but I guess so. I guess Hilligas is still missing.
It would be more than a year. So those are the factors the court has, but they have discretion. And sometimes the judge will recognize this is a close call, right?
Thank you, Alexandra.
You're going to say, this is not an easy one. This is a close call. So what would you do in that circumstance? Judge Gibson, what would you do?
A close call. I'm probably going to be pretty liberal with the stay. I think if it's that close.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I did it again. Hello. Are you there, Ben?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I was muted again.
Okay.
This is my second muting. Stone cold sober again. Oh Lord.
Really?
What is going on? What's going on over in Levitt's court without getting you in trouble?
Oh, I did run over there when I was done with my hearings this morning, and I just said hi to Brittany and Alex. I did see you were on their laptop, your stream. I saw it. I had you up, and I just said hi to Joe Gersten and said, hey, are they trailing you to the end of the calendar? He's like, I don't know. He says, Mike Dickerson, he's not here. I'm waiting for him. So there you go. There's my inside reporting there.
All right. Well,
so I figured I had time to come back to my office, and here I am now.
Well, I'm hearing that. Okay, I'm hearing that Mike Dickerson showed up.
Oh, okay. See there.
But I don't know. I'm just going by what the chat tells me, which is all I ever do.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he's there and they're going to trail it to the end because it's going to be a long one, but I don't know.
But even if they call a court into session, I think Alex would go over. Who knows? Oh,
yeah, no, I
love
so.
it. Can you imagine watching Law Talk with Mike from Paris? That's solid.
Nice.
That's solid,
yes,
man. I love Paris. Paris is good times. So we had a poll earlier.
Yes.
It was.
Well, I
it
did
couldn't
it.
have
So
been.
ones and twos, right?
Yes, it couldn't have been less scientific. But people, the overwhelming thought here on the Law Talk with Mike Chad is that he's going away.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
that's the way.
Originally, it's just like what I told you yesterday. I really don't have an opinion. If it had just been the issue of, let's revoke him because he refused to sign the paperwork, whatever, agreeing to the rules of probation, that's, I don't think that's enough that she would have revoked him. I think she would have just given him the ultimatum. Hey, sign it. You either agree to the rules of probation or you don't. And if you don't agree to the rules of probation, then you're, then you go to prison. So make your choice. I think is what she would have said.
She probably he probably would.
You don't get to bargain. You don't get to, they set the rules. It's not a negotiation where like, you know what, this reporting every month, I don't want to do that. No, I mean, it isn't. But
well, it is
with this
inconvenient.
new arrest, it's just a variable that I don't know. That's why I'm like, it's like I know I'm getting like it's like watching the Super Bowl or something like what's happened, I don't know, man. I'm like, anyway.
Yeah, and you don't have to deal with it.
Yes, that's true. So I can now just watch this as a.
So you are already over.
Everybody.
What's the courthouse called? It's like the Justice Center or something.
Regional Justice Center.
Regional Justice Center. So you were already over there today.
I was, yes.
This is in Vegas.
It is downtown Vegas.
I mean, I just I've been to Vegas, but like I don't know Vegas. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I've been to the Strip, right?
Right.
I've probably been to downtown Vegas, but like the casino downtown in Vegas, not like the actual business downtown Vegas.
Right. Well, they're all right there.
It's all right in that
it's
mix,
all right
huh?
there, yeah. 200 Lewis Avenue, if you want to Google map it. It's right there. I mean, it's just like a couple blocks down from Fremont Street, the Fremont Street experience and all that.
Ah. Well, there you have it. So the new charge, the biggest thing, he's got a couple traffics. I think he could probably hurdle the traffics.
Yeah.
Like,
it's that charge.
No registration, no license. They're bad. Like, he has to deal with it, but I don't know if I don't know. I don't do criminal, but I don't see judges revoking on traffic offenses generally.
Right.
But he's got some document charge that's not good.
Yeah, that one, like I say, I don't know the how strong that case is or how good the evidence is against him, because I don't think I read the police report. I don't think he ever presented it. It was just something they found when they searched, because they did arrest him because he's had multiple charges of this of driving without a license sort of thing, and he was on probation, and so they arrested him, and then they found
like if you had some false documents or whatever, but like you weren't presenting them or using them, I don't know if that's a charge. I don't know the elements of the offense, but you make a good point.
Right. Well, it's really the defense to it, and I have this a lot. I speak Spanish. I had a lot of these kind of cases. About 10 years ago, the DMV here, we got the facial recognition software.
Mm-hmm.
And so, a lot of these people come in, they're not here legally. They go down to the swap meet. This is fascinating to me. I learned this. It's like basically $1,500, and you can go get yourself a name and a social security card, excuse me, and you can go work, right? So then they would do this, and then wait the 20 years, however long, get their green card, and I mean, it's kind of sad because they're like, finally, I'm here, I'm legal. They go down all proud to the DMV to get their driver's license in their name, and it's like, man, the DMV's like, nope, you got to come down. You got to talk to one of our investigators, and it's usually like, okay, we have two the same face with one, with two different names. We don't know who's who. You need to come down, and so. Yeah, I had a bunch of those cases where I'd go down with the investigator, and usually they're, they would just close it, usually because they were outside the statute of limitations anyway, because they were so old. They just wanted to clear and just know who is who. So we'd have to bring like their passport and their birth certificate. They're like, no, this is, who I am. So, but in this whole time when people would say, hey, I have, or, my brother was here and he was here legally, but he went back to wherever and he gave me his, it's like, that doesn't, you can't do that. The way law is, if you have any identifying documentation in the name of someone else, it's pretty much done at that point, unless it's, something like, now if his brother was here in the States, for example, and said, hey, and he had it, and his brother's like, oh yeah, I knew he had it. I left my wallet at his house or whatever, and I asked him to bring it to me. You'd probably skate on that. But anything short of that is going to be tricky if you have identification of someone else.
Yeah. So okay. So they just wrote that in the police report, but has it been? Did they write that as a citation in the report, or is that just information that they can later charge?
Oh, well, it's in the report. What was it? It was. Oh, hey, look, that's us on. Sorry, my ADHD is kicking in there. I was like, hey,
look, it's us.
Hey, look at those.
We are
guys.
fantastic, aren't we?
How about that? We're everywhere.
Glorious bastards. Look at that.
Yeah. No, it's in the report. I mean, that is one of his charges now. On this new case that he was arrested for was the 2 traffic citations, and then having a possession of documentation of another or something like that, or to establish a false identification or status.
Oh, so that's written already. I don't know. I don't see how he walks on that.
Yeah, it's a tough case. Hey, there's Mike Sims.
Is this have they moved to the courtroom now? No, this is old. This is us talking.
What's that? Well, this is us. I'm just looking behind us, but
yeah, behind that, is that the sentencing? What is that?
No, because that's another attorney I see there. I recognize him, but
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is the behind us? Is that a live shot?
I think so.
All right, we might want to turn that on then. All right.
Yeah. Prosecutor who said that he had filed Mike Dickerson, that he was filing a motion, I guess, to revoke his probation because
listen to this brilliant commentary.
His probation agreement.
All right, so I knew this. You said this yesterday. You bump into Dickerson, but you're just going about your day. You're not like on this case.
No,
you're like in court. Okay, I can't do that. It's too awkward. It's live, but Kim's not up yet.
Yeah, that's exciting.
All right. Well, it's changed because they had a different loop, so it's changed. I guess that's progress. It would make sense, like we talked about yesterday. Clear that call first, and then take him.
Right.
I'm on pins and needles with this one too.
What they're gonna do. So we got to fill time here. I don't know. Do you have any stupid human tricks you can do?
Well, I could juggle for everybody. No. I'm thinking that, like, I don't want to go too far here because I don't know this stuff, but I'm thinking if he refuses to sign his probation agreement, the judge doesn't even have discretion. There was a prior sentence. I would say that sentence gets imposed as a matter of law.
I
don't even think the judge could say, "Oh, I just want to be nice." Like, no, he's not on probation. Here's the sentence. It's one or the other.
Huh? Yeah. I mean, I think I don't know. The judges have a lot of authority over sentencing, though. So, I mean, I think, and like what I said earlier, I think she could just say, "All right, enough playing games. Sign it, or I will send you to prison." Like, I'm assuming you want to be on probation, so sign it. And, kind of just put his back against the wall and have him sign it, right? I think that's what would have happened. Now with the added, because so for example, though, if he had signed it, let's say, and he and everything was great, he picks up this new charge, though, that would be grounds for a revocation, for a violation,
right?
For a revocation hearing. It would be a probation violation. They'd make their report, and he would have a hearing just on this new charge. So it's that's what I'm saying. This new arrest is a added variable that really makes it interesting in my mind as to what Judge Levitt's going to do.
I want to see if he's in there. Do they bring him in? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't.
He was in there. I saw him when I went in there. He's sitting in the jury box. Is where
he was in there?
Yep, he was there. I saw
Does
him.
he have the jail clothes on?
He does.
They don't have cuffs on him, do they?
Yeah, no, they've got the, what do you call it? They're chained, they can only move their arms kind of up to right here.
Really? He's shackled up like that?
Chain. Yeah, all of them are. When they bring them into the
okay,
courtroom.
so that's nothing special. That's just standard operating procedure. For him.
Right. Now, but it makes it tough when you want them to sign because they can't bring their arm all the way if they want to sign a plea agreement or something. But so they're all,
or maybe a probation agreement.
Or maybe a probation agreement. Yes. So yeah, he's in there. I saw him.
So we know for sure he's there. It's just a matter of waiting for them to call it.
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably observing too the other hearings so he can make his complaints to the Commission on Judicial Discipline. That's probably what he's doing.
All right. I'm going to put us in the background. I'm going to put this on because we can't be on simultaneously. When it changes, we'll pop back on. Does that make sense?
Yes, paperwork or something. So Mr. Dickerson's like, look, if he's not going to sign it and agree to it, the alternative is prison. Now, to be fair, I don't know I know that he had filed, I think, a motion to stay his probation pending his appeal. And that I don't know the status. I'm assuming it must have been denied. And so, like, hey, since it's denied, go, you got to sign your paperwork. So he's like, look, if he doesn't want probation, then,
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. I was there for the. I mean, I was streaming the sentencing, but she gave a sentence and then suspended it and gave him probation, which that sort of deal. But I don't remember what the exact sentence was, like a year or 2 years or something like that. But,
yeah, I don't. I'll have to look it up.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, but that's what it reverts to if you're not on probation.
Right. Yeah, they just imposed the sentence. Correct.
Wow.
So
there you have it.
So there you have it. So I don't know if OurNevadaJudges is covering the hearing.
He is. I actually texted Alex when I was finding out about that, and I think he got back to me today and said, because he goes through the channels or whatever and gets approval from the judge and all that.
Right.
So he texted me and said he got approval to cover that hearing. Although he was following it before anyway, so that may have been in the works. But everyone always loves to see Mr. Ben Bateman here on Law Talk, and I mean that's a banner day. I heard about that. Everyone was asking me about it. I'm like, oh Lord, what happened here? What happened?
Yeah, this is just.
I
it's
can't.
so bizarre, that he's got the hearing to take away his probation, and now this added layer that he gets arrested on traffic offenses. It's just you can't make this stuff up.
You can't make it up.
So I don't know. I mean, that was that.
I want to ask you, but I can't. I can't. No, I can't. Like, you can't say. I just want to know what you think Levitt's going to do, but I'll ask you privately.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. I think with
I think she's going to
layer of the arrest and the pending charge.
I think she's going to put him in. But I don't know her as well as you do. You tried a case, and you didn't just try that case. You know her otherwise. You've been in front of her a bunch of times.
Yeah, I mean, I think, just based on when you're going through the years of, hey, look, you got to stop filing these motions to disqualify judges, all right? Otherwise, I'm going to revoke your self-representation because this case is stalled. And every time you keep doing it. And that went on for over 2 years before she finally said, all right, I'm revoking your self-representation. So I think so it does. So it could be. But
there was a day it was done.
Exactly. So, I don't know. And it's like, look, it's, what do you see? Because before, without this arrest, I think she probably would have said, look, sign it or you're going to prison. Like, that's that simple. Okay. Because he wasn't like, he didn't violate his probation really, other than not signing the paperwork or not being 100% cooperative. It's not, but this added dynamic of a new charge, that's different. That's why I'm just like, man, I don't know, because they're traffic related things. The ID thing, I don't know. On the police report that I read, it was some kind of diplomatic passport. They found that when they searched the car after the arrest, so he didn't present them. So I don't really know exactly how good that charge is.
And you're just saying that from the police report.
Yeah, that's on the police report.
That's just the charge that's up there. And yes, looked up. Yeah, right. Just that.
Right.
And that for public information,
Correct. So I mean, that's just, what's available publicly. So I don't know, how good of a charge that is. If it's like, oh yeah, it's easily explained away, or it's a smoking gun. I don't know. I wouldn't want to speculate. Those are just what the charges are. So I think without this new arrest, I think she probably would have reinstated him and said, look.
So it's 10:30 my time. I'm going to live stream, but I have no idea going in. Like, I'm just trying to think, how long does this take? I don't think you do either. Like, who knows? Yeah. This could turn into a 2-hour circus. This could be done in 30 seconds.
Right. And I don't know, usually, see, Joe, who took over, he didn't realize. Usually we either wait. They'll either tell us, usually when we go in, like, hey, we'll call you first because we think this will be quick, or like, we're going to kind of hold you towards the end of the calendar. So, because no one wants to, I've been stuck behind those long hearings and it's just like, come on, I got to go. I got to do another one. I just need a continuance, or my thing is short and simple and you're stuck behind.
No one wants to be called after Kim Blandino, but for time, for the judge's patience, for everything involved.
Well, yeah, just right. It's like, okay, we got a motion here that's gonna take, an hour and a half, and it's like, So and plus, just even kind of as a courtesy, we usually kind of hang back towards the end of the calendar, and so anyway, I don't know. I would assume it might be held towards the end of the calendar. I don't think it's going to go right at 8:30. She'll probably take other business and stuff. So it'll be crazy for sure. I don't know. Yeah,
you look like you're still working. You're suited up and the whole deal.
I guess I could loosen my tie here. Yes. I love it. The mic grab. I'm like, how many buttons do I need to unbutton to get the mic?
I'm glad I said a standard.
That's your signature look. I don't want to steal it. Ascot, a Fez. You got.
Don't worry about it. I stole it from the 70s. It's cool.
I need my own signature look, apparently.
Well, thank you for updating us. That is awesome. It's good to hear it directly from somebody who knows.
Twist. It's such a crazy twist. I don't know. I worked so hard to keep him out of prison, so I hope he stays out.
Well, you did.
Can't save him from himself.
You kept him out on your watch. That's all.
I'll talk with Mike.
Okay, I will do. The problem with this is from a YouTuber perspective. I really feel bad whining to the guy who had to try a case with Kim Blandino. But from a YouTube creator perspective here, okay, if you're doing these court appearances, you don't know what you're getting into. You don't know. You don't even know if they'll call it. Yeah, it can be on the call and they just like work something out beforehand and it never gets called. You have no idea what's going to happen. But I think this one will make it out.
Yeah. Well, Kim, he is in custody. So, yeah, he's in custody.
Where is it?
He'll be there.
When you say custody, are we talking like he's in Clark County?
Yeah, he's in the Clark County Detention Center in the blue.
Clark County Detention Center. You been there a few
Yeah,
times?
he'll be there in, like I say, in custody. I've made visits there. Yes. I always am able to leave through the front door. So yes, I've made many visits there. But so yeah, he'll. So I doubt it's going to get something that's going to be just done beforehand. So
well, I mean, first of all, Kim always showed up to court. I mean, it wasn't a matter of him not attending.
Right.
But
Yeah.
he certainly is in custody.
I remember telling him that. I was like, but when he was his own counsel, I was like, the last thing you need to worry about is you not showing up to court. He's never gonna miss an opportunity to be there at court to, argue his case or whatever. I was like, come on, that you're a flight risk or whatever. I was like, no, you would not miss a hearing ever. So,
yeah. So he'll be there.
That guy is always going to be there.
So this is a motion by the state. I guess it would be a probation violation. I mean, it'd be a probation.
So I don't know. He didn't even know if it was
violation.
to revoke his probation or to modify his custody. I don't know exactly how it's worded because he was like, I didn't know. Technically, he's not he's maybe not on probation if he doesn't sign up for it. Is he technically on probation? Like, how do you word it? How do you move the court? Like, revoke his probation, or he's rejected his probation, so impose the sentence. Like, how do you? I don't know.
Yeah, so in the civil context, what I would file is what's called a motion to enforce settlement, which it's the equivalent of that. It's like all you're doing is you're bringing a motion to the court saying, "Hey, you made an order and nobody listened to it."
Right.
Do you have anything to say about that, Judge?
Right.
I mean, it's the criminal equivalent of that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ben. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Watching. I'm going to have you back on because there's going to be more that we have to process after all this.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be exciting for sure.
All right. Thank you. Good night. And thanks everybody for coming out. I will see you all soon. I'm guessing Alex doesn't have authorization on all the individual cases. I was thinking the same thing. No, I'm hanging in till it comes on.
My name is Sophia Romero, and I am a senior staff attorney here at ACLU of Nevada.
My name is Alex Falcone. I am a software engineer. I created the OurNevadaJudges organization, which includes camera access to courtroom proceedings, statistical analysis on judicial error rates, and we, for the most part, track every single judge and courthouse in the state. What made me want to create it was very personal. It was the inspiration that I got from the Supreme Court when they intervened in my own specific child custody case. I started to see that it was bigger than just pointing out how often judges make mistakes. It was more important to see if there was a way to bridge the gap between the judiciary and the public. They can see and hear for themselves how the courts are operating, where they can base what they feel on their actual observations.
ACLU Nevada was approached by our Nevada judges, letting us know that the court rules in family court were changing. All court hearings were going to be held privately rather than publicly. We discovered two rules that we felt were unconstitutional. The first rule says any party or the court itself can request a hearing to be sealed or a case to be sealed. The papers would not have public access, and any hearings or trials would not be able to be attended by the public. Access to the courts is one of our fundamental First Amendment rights. The second rule declares any type of custody matter a paternity matter, whether or not paternity is actually in question. Paternity matters have been sealed in Nevada since 1979. So now, whether or not parentage is actually in question, that matter is going to be automatically sealed.
I was dismayed when those rules came about because I knew immediately that they were going to be used to basically block all access to family court, at least in the manner in which they were written. There are some people who would think that our Nevada judges exist to scrutinize the judges, and really it's not. But as I was covering cases, I started to stumble into situations where I noticed, we'll just use the word alleged abuser, was actually benefiting enormously from their ability to seal and redact and close hearings in the family court case. When you talk about domestic violence, it hits home to a lot of people. When we only allow the public to observe these cases after they get so bad that they spill into criminal court, we're really doing a disservice, in my opinion, to the public. It's kind of just leaving this big blind spot. We should get into the family court because that's where you're going to get to the root of a lot of these domestic violence issues. And also because the confidentiality and the sealing and redaction appears to be doing a lot more good to the alleged abuser than it's actually doing to the victim.
We want survivors of abuse to be able to have a support system there with them in the court. And we worry that with these privacy rules, abusers may take advantage of this and try to intimidate survivors into not having any type of support system there with them. Both of these rules are unconstitutional on their face because they don't balance the First Amendment interests with any type of privacy interests of the party. To stay updated on this case, you can visit us at www.aclunv.org, or you can stay updated on any of our social media platforms at ACLUNV.
Oh, good Lord.
Is anything happening?
Love it, Aaron. Ah, well played. It sure is. Aren't we all superior nutcase?
Oh yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the deal with I missed that part. I came in late.
What's up?
What's the deal with cats and wieners? I came in late. I heard something about that.
I think we're on the stream. I'm not sure, but it's the video I did yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I'm not good enough to like do this in the background. I don't know how that's done. It's the video yesterday. It's fantastic. You got to see it. Guy gets held in contempt. It's good.
All right. Looks like everyone heard us.
I'm getting a this is gonna start vibe. I'm not sure. All right, Ben, do you recognize any of these people in there?
Hang on, let me see. Yep, there's Joe.
That's the defense attorney?
Attorney, yep. Look, he's gonna go talk to him in the jury box.
Who's at counsel table? Are they related to the case?
Sorry, I just put my. What was that now?
Who's at counsel table? Are they related to the case?
I cannot see. Let me see here.
Yeah, I know it's a small image.
I don't think so. And I think that's just the calendar deputy for the DA. The woman standing there looks like she. I think that's Ashley with the PD's office. I'm not exactly certain.
I'm guessing what the deal is that Alex got authorization for the Blandino case and the Blandino case alone, so he can't have audio for any of the other cases. That's my guess. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Aaron says Ben Bateman is a great name for a serial killer. Why are these people?
That might just be a response to serial killer who's a regular commenter here.
Let's see. Yes, we do need Michael Buffer there. Let's get ready to rumble. So out to the right of the screen, it's kind of dark. Is that?
What time is it there? Is it now 9 or 10 in the or 10 or 11 in the morning?
10:15.
Okay, so wait, because they're asking in the chat if they're going to break for lunch. It's noon here, but you know.
Yeah, no, they're not.
They're not going to break for lunch. This thing's going to happen. This is the morning calendar.
Yeah, so right. So I don't know. Some people they have. It just depends, but they'll put, however many cases on, and technically they'll start at 8:30, but as to when you'll get heard, you just sort of have to wait your turn. Yeah, and it can take a while. They won't break for lunch. If it goes, sometimes if they go to like 11:30, they might just take a break so that the court staff can go to the bathroom or do whatever.
You're right.
And, take a brief recess, but no, yeah, it's not lunchtime here.
Well, I thought we were getting in because we changed the music.
Yeah, well, we got to be getting close. I mean, this is about, I would think, she's not. There's a couple of judges that, oh my goodness, they go so slow on their calendar, but then Judge Levitt isn't one of them. But
Well, I don't see any witnesses or anything that will really mess up a call. I mean, I've sat through a lot of calls, okay, and they can take a while, but there's nothing worse than someone getting sworn in. Then all bets are off. It could be hours.
Right.
All right, I guess we'll check back in.
Someone get sworn in, or what are we doing? All right.
Judge Levitt's up there. She's shuffling paper. She's dispensing justice.
You go. She's doing her thing.
Doing her judge thing.
Yeah, my screen here is really dark in the courtroom. I'm having trouble seeing here. Oh, we got someone from the Netherlands watching? Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
it's awesome.
I'll talk with Mike. You are global.
Yeah, we got Paris in the Netherlands here. Life is good. I wonder if we have any Nevada peeps.
The movie American Psycho was actually about Ben Bateman, and everything was real. Oh dear.
Yeah, I've been relaxing a little bit, but mostly just hanging out with the chat. It's good. You don't really need any action. You sit there and the chat was cracking me up as usual.
Yeah. Look at that. Wales, Germany. Oh my goodness.
Wales, that's awesome.
Yes.
Arizona. Now Arizona doesn't feel exotic to you, but that's a hike for me.
Yeah. Arizona, yeah, you're just a couple hours away. You should come on up. Wait. Hangshu, China? People are making stuff up now.
We got China in the house?
That's what they say.
My Canadians. My Canadians are good to me. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, Gwen Thompson, fellow Texan, yes. I like it.
Liverpool, UK. Oh, this is beautiful. Texas. We have Vegas. We got a local.
Oh, yeah?
We got Vegas in the house. Love it.
Antarctica. All right. Yes.
Griggsy's my neighbor. He's a couple blocks away. North Carolina. I got another sister in North Carolina. Got sisters in the Carolinas.
Anybody from the International Space Station? You have Antarctica there. Come on, just say it. I think people are making up stuff now. Let's see here. Any sovereign citizens from your own country? Give us a shout out.
Kim, full circle. A traffic stop started it all. A traffic stop brings us here again. Yeah, he needs to stop driving, doesn't he?
Or just get a license and,
A license and registration would also help.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he could have walked around with his goofy documents, for the rest of his life, and nobody would have cared. But he got pulled over.
Right.
And then he doesn't have proper documents. So I don't know if he presented them or they just found them, but then he's got bad documents.
Right. It's just, yeah.
Virgo Jennifer, little old Wisconsin here. Now Wisconsin, that's right there. I used to live in Lake Forest, and that was like, that was 15 minutes from Wisconsin at best. That's a neighbor, basically.
My own country. You saying I look fat? Oh dear. Not walking into that one. Boy, who comes up with this stuff?
Flint, Michigan. Have you ever been in front of Judge Marable? That's what I want to know. I regret jumping. Oh yeah, but when you get a chance, honestly, it's only like 15 minutes. It's a thing of beauty. It was so good. I had done a stream yesterday with you. You were on the stream yesterday, and then
I
like I
come in
went to work out.
afterwards.
I came back. Somebody sent it to me, and I was laughing so hard. I'm like, I have to stream this right now. I have to. So I streamed it at midnight. It was good times. Good times. All right.
Yeah, indeed.
They're chairs for the lawyers. That lawyer's in a chair right there at counsel table. The other one's choosing to stand for whatever reason. You think Kim's gonna have a swivel chair this time around?
I don't think so. Don't think so.
Thank you, Joseph. Love your channel. Keep up the good work. I love it.
Los Angeles, quite the alien planet at times.
Cornwall, UK, but lived in San Antonio, Texas. Love it. Uncle Steve. I actually have an Uncle
here's
Steve.
Lisa McKay asking the important questions. Do I get a fez? Yeah. I need a fez.
You definitely should get a fez.
Yes, when I create
You're
my
in his
own.
mouth, yes.
What's that?
That's right here.
Hey, Lompoc, California.
I love Florida. Oh, I did. You weren't there for that part of the stream, but I did a bond call out of Florida yesterday. It was fantastic. Thank you, Aqua. 46784. Soft-sit spend more money than following the law. Have DL insurance and registration. They aren't very smart. Yep. Although this all started, so Kim's been on my channel. I don't know him as well as you, but I know him better than most people. Let's put it that way. He talks to Alex too, so we all know him.
Right.
I know what his personality's like. He's been on my show 3 times. And but it all started because he took issue. I did a video and I thought, based upon some of his comments, he might have been a soft sit. So I call him a soft sit. I titled the video "Soft Sit," and he calls me up and says, "I am not a sovereign citizen." Okay, fine. I'll get on my show and tell it your way. But this driving without registration and license feels soft sit.
Yeah,
but it could be for other reasons, but it definitely puts you in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like he's got prior DUIs or something that would keep him from having a license that I'm aware of. Maybe he does. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know I know in 2018 he had a trial on his traffic ticket in front of the pro tem Judge Federico.
Never watched Law Vids before, but found you 2 weeks ago and have been watching nonstop since then. Thanks for keeping me entertained while I work. Thank you, Justin. Your resident stream doctor is in the house in case Mr. Blandino needs medicated when he goes to jail. Ooh. Well, he said last time he was on with me, he's always prepared for it. I was kind of curious about that, and it surprised me. He was. That's the thing with Kim. He's sometimes very oriented. Like I asked him, did you think you're going to go to jail? And he said, well, I wasn't sure, but I planned for the worst as well.
Yeah.
It's not like he's unaware that could happen.
Oh, Disculls is here. We can start.
Who's here?
Disculls.
Disculls. I thought you recognized an attorney walking. Thanks for waiting for me. You can start now. Yes.
So, all right, we'll let the court know.
I am 2 hours into this stream now. I mean, I didn't think it would get called first, but you know. I'm going to give Judge Levitt a serious talking to after all this is said and done.
Yes.
I think she'd be like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and decline that meeting. Thank you, trans girl. All right, I think I'm gonna have to go make more coffee. We'll put it back on. I'm around. I'm lurking.
All right. Yeah, let me get. I got him.
I know if you can't. I understand if you got to go, Ben. But I'd love for you to be around because it's cool.
No, I still got at least 2 hours. I traumatized by the blend. I'm all right. I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor. we need to get you that I survived Blandino, like maybe put a roller coaster on there.
There you go. Yes.
All right. We'll be back as soon as it starts, people. We'll be back. All right. Are we on right now? I don't know.
I think we are. There's probably a hot mic here.
All right. Well, then I'll do this. No, that's not what I wanted to do.
What did you just do?
For being a YouTuber, I'm so bad at the YouTubing. It's unbelievable.
Oh, okay. If you're looking at the live stream now, it looks like these people. This is what they'll do. These guys, they'll clear it out. Like, okay, these guys have already had their hearing. Let's get them. Yeah, let's get them back to the detention center.
Okay, so these guys we suspect are done.
Yeah. Yeah, their hearing has already, or their matter has already been heard, and they're clearing them out.
Oh, this is a good sign.
Yeah, it is a good sign.
Although that is different. Like usually they would take them all back, I would guess. This is a recognition that this is a wild case.
Exactly, and this might take a while, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not really a favor or anything. It's just like why are all these people sitting here watching this? They don't need to be.
Right. Yeah, there's Randy, the bailiff. Let's see.
Randy looks like a good sort. He was there at the sentencing, if I recall right.
Oh yeah, he. I know yesterday you said that yes, Judge Levitt has a long fuse. Randy does not have a long fuse for kill.
Randy was just itching to tase. I like it. It could happen today. It could happen today.
He does not need much motivation to act done. Yeah.
Thank you, Weatherman Harry. Resident Stream Doctor, $2. Can I be your tech producer? You need help. Yeah, I do. How did you figure that out? Thank you.
What gave it away? The courtroom looks like something out of Star Trek.
Check my feed. What's going on? I have a hot mic. There he is. It's happening.
Dun, 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 dun.
I honestly didn't recognize him without an ascot.
Well, there he is. Yeah. What's he saying? That's probably another reason why they cleared out all the other inmates. Get a clear shot. See, can you see he's so you got his arms can only go up so high.
Yep.
So they're gonna have him go over to the council table there. Interesting.
Right there.
Oh,
he went right on by.
Bathroom break.
It's gonna be a bathroom break.
Yeah.
Let's not ponder the difficulties Kim's gonna have shackled like that.
Actually, though, speaking of, I'm gonna go take one because this might be a while.
All right.
Have at it. I'll be right back. Yeah. Great. Talk about it in the chat. I'm gonna take my earbuds out so we don't have another hot mic.
All right. So can you hear the background music and hear me? Yeah, Ben's all good. Oh, he's back. He's back, baby. Let's get this party started. Well, we have a live camera operator in the room, apparently. Oh, Kim, you should have listened to me. Or more to the point, you should have listened to Ben.
All right. I did wash my hands, yes. Did I miss anything?
Well, he's back. But they put him back in the jury box.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen Dickerson in there.
I'll be able to see him from this angle.
That's the other fun thing that happens. Attorneys know this, but you know, when you delay something like that, then the attorney starts saying, "Hey, I got something in another room. I'll be back." You clear the call, and then you don't have all the people. Mm-hmm. Which may or may not be what's happening right now.
That's true. What are we going on? 10:35 here, so.
Well.
Wow.
Yeah, challenge jurisdiction. I think that's. I know you're joking, but that's. I think that's the perfect play for the moment. When you come in out of the lockup after losing at jury trial and violating your probation that you refused to agree to, Jurisdiction's your move. Jurisdiction.
Yeah, I think what is Judge, I have a motion to disqualify pending. You can't hear this. You are.
Yeah, the stream music got real quiet for some reason. I can barely hear it. Thank you, Penguin. We're there, Peggy. We're there. All I can think is we're waiting for somebody else. Namely, Dickerson is my guess, just because I didn't see him the last time that we panned through the room.
Hi, Monty. Are you there, Monty? Or did you go back to watch the stream somewhere else?
Where's Monty?
Monty Levy there. She's a local attorney here.
She's in the chat?
Where'd she go? Yeah, she just decided in the chat. No, in her office, she says. Okay.
We went through it yesterday. But it's traffic and documents. We're going to keep it that simple right now.
Ben, just think we used to watch you like this with Kim. I like it better on this side. For sure.
It's more fun chilling in your office, just watching it go down.
Yeah, I must say.
Hello from exotic Cleveland. I've been to Cleveland. There's a nice zoo over there. I'm not even making that up. There really is. I'm not familiar with the NyQuil chicken. But it sounds naughty.
Yeah, no, you haven't heard that NyQuil chicken. It's some latest TikTok trend, and they had to issue public service announcements of cooking chicken in NyQuil.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I don't know. who thinks of these things, but...
Yeah.
Right,
I think that about sums it up. Resident stream doctor.
I'm ready to...
Or we can't see it right here too. I wouldn't be shocked if Levitt went back in chambers for a couple minutes eating as well.
Take a drink.
Yeah, she's been it hasn't been that long, but she's been on the bench for a couple hours. Well, I've been streaming for 2, so yeah, she's been on the bench for a couple hours. And we couldn't hear it, but the rest of it was all annoying too. You know.
Oh boy.
Well, we saw the people whose cases got called, and it looked like a motley crew, as you would expect. I don't know if he sued Judge Levitt. He's filed multiple motions. I don't know if he sued her. That would be a horrible idea, but that wouldn't stop him.
Yeah. Mad Dog Games, do you know the attorney? Yes, I did meet him. I didn't really know him before. I've seen him in the courthouse answering who's this Mad Dogs. Joe, he's a nice guy. He's pretty funny, and I think he's a good fit for Kim as well. I think he can sort of handle Kim's eccentricities, let's say.
All right, so apparently you're not supposed to cook NyQuil. I mean, that's good. I'm glad that I now have an admonition about something that I would have never considered trying in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how this is
chicken business with Tide Pods. We've got full NyQuil chicken in the chat. I never heard of this. All right, so it's a TikTok meme thing or something like that?
Yeah. Something, cook your chicken in NyQuil. It's like, and then, I don't know, see if you can stay awake. I don't know.
All right. Well, now I mean, this thing keeps going. I gotta. All right. Hold on the fort for me here, Ben. 1 minute.
Right.
1 minute. First, I got to figure out how to do. Oh, this.
Here we go. Do you think Kim feels vastly underprepared without his box of files? Probably. I mean, he's only got just some papers there. So at sentencing, if you recall, he went with like a bunch of all his boxes. Oh, there he's talking to his attorney. I wonder what they're saying. All right, say in the chat. What is Kim saying right now to his attorney? Yes, Law Talk with Ben. Let's go. I like it. Do I think he'll shoot himself in the foot? I don't think so, because I don't think that Judge Levitt will give him much of a leash. He's got counsel, and I think he'll be able to, his attorney will be able to steer him clear of any harm. KT, hi Ben. Hi, KT. He's saying his pen here. Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, good Lord. God bless you, each and every one. We got 1981 here, by my count, sitting in the chat waiting for Kim to be called.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
and from all over the world. We had someone from the International Space Station too.
International Space Station in the house.
Yeah, they checked in.
I love it.
Oh, Ben's guest is back. Yeah. Oh, dear.
All right.
Oh dear, he's plotting to remove. So I asked people to say, what is Kim saying to his attorney there?
He's saying something like, I got this. Don't worry. I know what to say. I have this all under control.
If you just let me just do it my way.
They've got nothing against my motion for change of judge, which you know is coming.
Yeah, he's oh dear. Oops, my tablet slipped on.
Ben, did you ever think that we would have over 2,000 people waiting for the next case to be called? Like, this is something we do all the time. We don't like doing it. We're now doing it live.
I'm having some. These are the perils here of live.
Did Kim see the jury from the previous trial? No, I don't believe he did. But she, Judge Levitt, specifically prohibited such a thing.
Right, he wanted to
contact him at least.
Yeah, he was told not to contact them. Oh dear. How ironic there. He's sitting in the same jury box now as the jurors who tried his case.
Yeah. Angelo McMaster, $5. Good thing your members are as tenacious as Tim. We're hanging tough with you. Yes, you are, and thank you. And you do make a good point. I've seen other people in the chat too. He does have tenacity.
Kim. Are you disappointed, Ellen? Ellen Mellon. Hopefully you're not disappointed. Mike's the one who's not wearing pants, or he's wearing pajama pants.
I suited up for this event. For crying out loud.
You look nice.
I'm glad I did now.
You got 2,000 people watching. You gotta.
It's turned into a hoity-toity affair here.
All right. All right, come on. Let's get started. Come on, Judge.
Well played. Well played. I'm a big fan of the Tenacious D. I see what you did there. Nice.
Do we take a shot every time Kim tries to talk? Hey, yeah, I'll make this a drinking game. Let's see. Hoity-toity calls him Fez.
Yeah, we don't have any sound in court. Why aren't they calling this thing?
Oh, man. Now watch, they'll just continue it to say, well, let's see what happens in his other case.
Well, then you'll have the competing continuances because I believe the traffic case was continued for the very same reason. I've got my ascot. I've got my ascot right here. Right here. Ready on a moment's notice.
Oh, he stood up.
There
Was he
it is.
called? Did they call his case?
Oh, the ascot summoned him.
Oh, you weren't asking me.
No, I wasn't.
Turn up the volume.
State your name.
Specialist Duque?
There's Mr. Dickerson.
Okay, you make your appearances.
One thing, so you have to say our number 13476. Just person 13876 for Mr. Blandino, who is in custody. All right. Your Honor, let me approach her.
I got that white noise machine there.
So that's intentional.
Yes. When you have a little conference at the bench, that goes over the. You're not in the courtroom there, so no one can hear you. All your secrets. If you say chili 3 times, you get a lawsuit. What's he up to? Have you been following him lately?
He just went down in flames on some court matter yesterday. I think he filed a civil, I don't know, or criminal action.
Oh, sorry, Dixon. I don't know what to do with the light.
Look at that big smile. Kim's happy. He's happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
Well, the post say status site.
So you are not going to represent.
Well, I wanted to.
Is that better? The light?
Yeah.
Are you not going to reinstate? Will you represent yourself? So Mr. Gersten is going to represent you on the litigation hearing?
He isn't up to this item.
I'm sorry.
With all due respect.
All right, you
He
can
doesn't know a lot of these facts.
Okay.
It reminds me of Talladega Nights, with all due respect.
So how is the state going to proceed?
So, Your Honor, today in front of you, you have the state's motion to impose a prison sentence based upon Mr. Blandino's failure and refusal to sign the probation agreement that goes along with him accepting probation. And then, in addition to that, after that was filed, Mr. Blandino picked up a probation violation. So I think that
Mr. Blandino has probation to begin with, and then we can go on to probation revocation. And if I could, Your Honor, again, the motions that we're here for today is the motion to impose prison sentence. It was filed on September 12th, Your Honor. I believe the original hearings were sometime next week. It ended up as one of the Jewish holidays. Somehow it got actually moved forward to today. The problem with that is it has not even been 10 days since that motion was filed. I believe under the criminal rules of practice, and I think it's Rule 8, we're entitled to file a written opposition in the 10 days.
If you want an opportunity to file a written opposition, obviously I'm gonna.
Oh, and that's just it, Your Honor. I don't think we can go forward without his opportunity to at least file a written opposition to this. So that's what I would ask for. I believe under the rules that we're entitled to. So.
Okay, because they kind of seem like they're gonna kind of go together now.
And
Because the refusal to sign a probation agreement, and then apparently he was arrested during a traffic
That's right.
Stop.
Right. And yeah, he was arrested during a traffic stop. It had no driver's license. Indicated that he had an international driver's license. Reached for a document to drive it. That document turns out to be false Israeli diplomatic passport. Again, Your Honor. I don't want to get into too much of the facts because these will not be contested. But
There are allegations.
Israeli. One thing is, I do believe that under the rules, there's 7 days to file an opposition to this. This isn't a written petition, but 10 judicial days. We have 7 judicial days, which I believe, counting from the day after the filing of this case motion, would have been yesterday.
I'm gonna give them an
Yes,
opportunity.
no
to
opposition to that.
file
Thank you, Your Honor.
a
Thank you.
written Response. And so, how much time do you think you're gonna need?
Your Honor, to be really honest with you, next week is Rosh Hashanah, the week after that is Yom Kippur. He's incarcerated, so I'm gonna have to get down there to speak with him. So really, as much time as you can reasonably give us, we would take.
A week? 2 weeks?
Yeah, we've got 2 weeks of Jewish holidays.
But isn't it Tuesday and then?
It's Monday and Tuesday,
Okay.
and then it'll be the Tuesday night, Wednesday for the next week. So I don't know what your schedule is. Obviously, I guess I would say we are on for a hearing on October 6th. And I'm not sure what that is for.
Maybe that's when the motion got calendar, I'll have to go check.
I
I mean, you understand your time's gonna remain in custody.
But Your Honor, we understand, I think he understands that, So I believe October 6th was when the motion was scheduled, but Mr. Hershey's office had reached out to the court to get the hearing moved based on its scheduling, and that's why it was moved to this date.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, then I guess it was like October 6th, then it was moved to Rosh Hashanah, and then it was moved to today. So there was that. So as I said, Your Honor, whatever time you'll give me, we would appreciate. I just don't know what your,
Well, October 6th is amenable?
I'll be fine. That's fine.
Continued
Your
revocation.
Honor, of course, indulgence, like the signal, just wanna. I would just note that I have 3 witnesses on subpoena in the court today, if they are present.
Who is subpoena, the traffic officers?
Yeah, so these are street patrol officers, Officer Neeson and Officer Martinez are here, as well as Detective Lee.
So Dickerson had witnesses.
Yeah, this was a full-on revocation hearing, I think, was because they combined the his motion originally and then added the revocation element
It's
with
it's
the new
interesting.
charges.
He wants time to respond, but his client's in jail. I mean, that right there shows you where they're at. They're not confident.
Right. So basically, 2.5 hours to say, come back October 6th. That's how they get you, man.
What did it say? An Israeli was.
I apologize, Your Honor. I'm now looking at the schedule. That was the original date, and we asked to move that because it was, if we get maybe the next Tuesday, that would be Your Honor, I think that October 6th is going to pose some problems for the.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're finding. Yeah.
Looking at the next week, we're gonna do October 13th, 3:30 for the state's motion for revocation hearing. Is October 13th?
So I think it's good for two of our witnesses. One is going to be unavailable. I'd be open to taking the testimony today.
I think that person that here the allegiance.
No.
This is a special student.
Going to be totally unavailable.
When is your witness available?
I'm available the 13th.
Okay.
Can we approach her?
Oh boy, good times, man. So it's October 13th. He's going to be in there. He's going to be in there a while.
That's the practice of law. This is the way it goes.
Yeah, but I think you're right.
But it's not even a bond issue.
Especially when he's in custody.
Or it is a bond issue. He's being held on this for I don't even know. I don't even know, Ben. He's being held for probation revocation or the charge.
Right. Well, both now. So here's the. So he's in custody. So on Monday he has his justice court hearing, and they will basically now it's going to be a moot point because he's going to be in jail on a probation revocation charge. So he's not going to get out. He's not entitled to. If you're on probation, obviously you get arrested. You're not entitled to a bail. So
I didn't
he's
know
going to be. Yeah, here you're not entitled to it, and so you're basically
no bail deal. Oh,
yeah. I mean, he could get a bail, and the judge could say, "All right, I'll OR you on your case there in justice court," but not going to do him any good because he's still going to be in custody, held on his probation violation. So he's going to be in, it looks like, till the 13th. So, yeah, you can write him at the Clark County Detention Center, I guess, send him a letter of support. Go down and put money on his books so he can get something from the commissary.
And what's who was it? Evie or I can't remember who it was that he was staying with.
Supposedly Evie Pendergraft, right? Is the no? He does. He's an elderly lady. He's her caretaker. So it's like.
October 25th.
October 25th.
Just make sure you file your response before that hearing date.
Was it 10:25? Your Honor.
Wow. It's more than a month.
The client, he wants me to argue vociferously that he should be released. This is a simple traffic matter. He should be OR'd on this. He does not have failures to appear or anything of that nature. He obviously enjoys coming to be in front of you. So, sorry, state opposed. Of course, but as you may recall, Your Honor, he is a caretaker for a woman when she's a World War II vet, and he has no care right now, and he believes. I know Mr. Gibson's going to argue against this, but we have information otherwise that she is not doing well, and she needs him to. He's the 24/7 caregiver for her, so his time is really not helping her out. And again, as you may recall, this is a failure to possibly sign a revocation. The conditions and standards, and no license and no insurance.
I'm most concerned about the impersonation allegation.
There was no, and I will say this, Your Honor, I don't believe there was any allegation of an impersonation.
Well, if you have paperwork that is for the purpose of identifying you as somebody that you're not.
And that's not the case, Your Honor.
There's that.
See, she's got a reason now. She's got a justification to call him a flight risk.
It's not saying he's something different than what he is. So,
I just read the police report, so I can only go by what the.
of course, Your Honor. What I'm trying to explain is, I mean, I can show you the photographs of these particular documents. They're, Your Honor, you know Mr. Blandino, he is receiving messages and information and from God that, and this is basically just a document identifying him as an Israelite, not a member, not an Israeli, an Israelite, and he's an ambassador or agent of Jesus. That's what this document shows, nothing more. So I would hate
a little more insight there.
It is essentially a novelty. He didn't present it to the, and Mr. Dickerson will correct me, my understanding is he did not present it to the officers.
Yeah, I told you. That's what the report says.
Yep.
It was in his vehicle. Again, I'll be corrected if I'm wrong. I mean, we're ready to have the hearing on this today if you want to hear all the facts, Your Honor. So the point of it is, yeah, he had these two documents. It's entitled diplomatic passports and indicating driver's license. And that he did try to attempt to pass off as his driver's license.
Although,
he doesn't have a driver's license.
I don't mean to interrupt, but Kim would never miss an opportunity to show up to court. There's just no way.
Yep.
He's not a flight risk. He will be there.
Look at the section that talks about driver's license.
He will be at court.
It's the Bible. He believes there are biblical verses that allow him to drive. But at no time am I aware.
That's fine. We don't all, the rest of us don't subscribe to that. If you want to live in the community with us, then you have to obey the laws as identified by Park County.
And again, Your Honor, 100%, and we'll have to deal with the fact that he didn't have a driver's license or insurance. Understood. My question really is, does he really need to sit in jail for the next 3 weeks because of that? That's all I'm asking. And that's what he's asking for.
4 weeks.
Is to be released, we'll come back, we'll deal with it all at that time. He'll be able to take care of the woman he's taking care of. And again,
love to.
Just keeping him in. That's my vote.
No allegations that he's going to run. There's none of that. So I'm just asking if he could be released until the hearing, and we'll come in and deal with the hearing. And if something comes from that, we'll move on. So as to number one is to suspend her. We've initiated a welfare check on her. Everything is fine. It's also based upon the information that we've received, apparent that Zach Blandino, Mr. Blandino's son, has been checking in on her, as well as the neighbors. So at this point in time, we'll take any efforts that we need to ensure that she is safe and conduct welfare checks on her, send any resources for medical her way if that's necessary. At this point in time, it has not been necessary at all, and it appears that she is being looked at by her neighbors as well as Zach Blandino. In addition to that, I think that Mr. Blandino is a danger to the community, and he has shown that he has outright refused all discourse orders throughout the history of this case, and including his own probation. He wouldn't even sign the probation agreement. He should not even be allowed to be on the streets right now on probation because he has not accepted this plan of probation. So with that, I think that the only place for him to be currently.
Oh, he's trying to talk.
Your Honor, Your Honor, thank you for your indulgence.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna let him out right now.
She's not. I don't think so. That's my gut feeling.
Okay, so yeah, he's got something. It's not Israeli. It's an Israelite. I get that, but he did try to pass it off as his license to get out of the ticket. He did. I don't know. I wasn't there, but my guess is he did.
I got this. Just 2 points, Your Honor. Mr. Zachary Chandler, sorry. Mr. Zachary, the son, is here. He has told me that this EV person is actually not doing well. I don't want to get into a back. I don't want to litigate that, but and Mr. Blandino, he just wants the court to understand when he didn't sign the probation documents. When he didn't sign the probation documents, it's only because he didn't understand. Your Honor wrote at one point, no courts. He didn't know if that meant this court, the Supreme Court, because the standard was, the condition was no courts. So that's just an example. He didn't sign, Eric Chandler, his probation officer, signed below accepting and approving it. So he didn't think that was an issue. Again, I don't want to get into this back and forth with Mr. Dickerson because that will come out at a later time. But Mr. Blandino wants me to make this aware to you that this was not a thumbing his nose to the court. He didn't understand some of the conditions. We were getting ready to file a motion for an amended judgment of conviction just to explain things because there were certain things he didn't understand. That's why he didn't solve it. So it's not, again, he's not thumbing his nose. That's all we have here. And Your Honor, we would just ask that you be released, you come back and fight this. He has the opportunity to be out on the outside. We can put together whatever his defense is, and we can go from there. And with that, I will submit. And based upon Mr. Gerstein's representations right now, after court today, we contact the Health Social Services to go and check on everything.
All right, thank you very much for being here today and your arguments. And at this time, the court's going to deny the request for an OR. And we'll see you back in October 25th. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wow.
You have it.
All right, something happened then.
Oh.
Well, what'd you think of all that business?
Wow. Yeah, I learned some things there. Israelite passport, not a. But yeah, I mean, he's got the.
He did a nice job. Yeah, I think his attorney there did a nice job explaining. He's like, no, he isn't trying to pass himself off as Israeli, but he's got this Israelite, and sort of he's thinking in biblical terms. That actually makes sense to me, knowing Kim.
Right. Yeah, I would agree. Knowing him the way I do, I think you're right.
And I wasn't there, and I don't have the facts, but if I had to guess, Kim did screw up and had this stuff sitting around and thought, I'll try to use it as an international driver's license, and that's not good.
No. It's just...
the facts will come out. That's the way I see it. But he comes in and he says, I want more time. He's thinking he can argue him out of there. He even did a nice job of saying, no, he's not thumbing his nose at the court. He wants some clarifications. Well, you've been through that. We can do clarifications till the cows come home. This will never stop.
Correct. That's what I know. That he's going to. There was. I did talk to Joe, to Mr. Gersten, and I know he did mention that he was. I guess he was upset that it wasn't clear. The order wasn't clear about not being able to go to court unless he has. Which, come on, I mean, you can say, is it the Supreme Court? Is it the municipal court? Tennis court? I don't know, but it's like, come on. If you don't have, I mean, it was pretty clear. You can't go to court unless you have, like, your hearing there, like, So, yeah. I mean, I think it was. I don't know how convincing that will be to the judge, saying, "Well, I didn't know. It was too ambiguous to know to say I couldn't go to court or to the courts." So I don't know. I mean.
Oh, good Lord.
So that argument of, well, that's why he didn't sign because he wasn't clear or he didn't understand. I mean, he's got a, all these other times he's, how convincing that's going to be because all these other times, like you heard him today, like, I want to represent myself because with all due respect, he's not going to be able to defend me like I can. You heard him just,
right. Just
today saying, I want to be able to represent myself, whatever, because I can do it better. So, to say, well, I didn't understand, kind of goes against, his argument of, well, I can do it better.
So now it's the 25th or 26th. I'm gonna have to stream this hearing. That's gonna have witnesses. They're gonna. Well, I guess they're gonna call the police officers and describe what happened at the stop.
So, right, because then also today was a then was a probation revocation. So if you would have this in normally on those kind of cases, I like to have them after the fact or have them kind of package up, because you kind of put your guy in a pickle, really, because on the probation violation, an arrest is enough really to violate you on probation, technically, even if the arrest is kind of suspect maybe. But a judge could revoke you. So, hey, there was probable cause for an arrest, and that's sufficient for to revoke you. But it's not unusual, to have the arresting officers there to testify, but then you don't want to really have your guy say anything, because it's going to affect his other case if he says anything in the justice court case. So, this is
good lord. So justice court, you mean what I'm thinking of?
Sorry. So justice court, way we hear in Nevada, whatever. Usually the cases will start out in justice court. Felony charges then get bound over to district court, which is Judge Levitt. And so justice court, he's got that hearing on Monday now. So
I don't know if Alex is following that, but I wonder what that judge what's the judge going to do though? Okay, you're in on a bond violation.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of moot now, because you're already in for at least till October 25th. So I mean the judge can grant him an OR or a.
Was he arraigned on those 3 charges?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And they were arguing for his custody status. And no. Well, maybe he wasn't arraigned because he had to do the Feretta canvass, and he didn't finish the Feretta canvass because he wanted to take into consideration that the motion or the order that Levitt had entered back in December, revoking his self-representation, and that was one of the things he was going to consider in allowing him to represent himself. And he's like, look, I want to take the, he originally said, I want to hold the hearing today, but they had this hearing, so he passed it till Monday.
I mean, that does make sense. And and Judge Levitt started by reaffirming that order.
Right.
That's the first thing he asked for.
He brought it up. Right. I want to represent myself. And he's like, nope.
She said, nope, denied. Yeah.
Yeah. Been there, done that. So.
Will this ever end? I don't know. But someone was saying in the chat, I don't know. Again, I don't hate to do this to you because you have a ton of clients. But they were saying it was like 7 to 10 years for him. Suspended sentence. Does that make sense?
No. 7 to 10. What did he? I can't even remember what he got. Here, that's an illegal sentence. We have the in the sentencing range, the bottom number can't be more than 40% of the top number. So if you get 10 years max, then you would have to get 4 years. So like 4 to 10 would be a.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense? So
yeah, it does.
Yeah, 7 to 10 would not be a legal sentence here in Nevada. So
he's in a pickle.
He is.
He's in a pickle, and it just sort of snowballed from one just worse and worse and worse, and it's really kind of hitting the fan now.
Yeah, and I just, the EV argument, the judge is not convinced. I know she. So I mean, and she's, I know she depends on him, but I don't know that having a phony passport or whatever isn't a good look when you're trying, if you're trying to argue someone's not a flight risk. I mean, I don't, obviously knowing Kim like I do, I would say he's not. He would never miss a chance to show up to court. So I don't think he is, but.
It's bad for flight risk. It's also a violation of probation. It's also a charge in and of itself. It's just bad on all levels.
Correct. Right, but I mean, he could, if he wanted to, come back later. Oh, she was just being vindictive. It's like, well, no, she had proper suspicion. I mean, she had enough. I mean, she's justified in denying it because, you do have a, I don't know. Like I said, it sounds like it's a novelty. That's what his attorney said. And so I don't think he can travel with the phony Israelite. I'm a member of the. Or whatever.
Yeah, the Israelites, yeah.
And quoting, biblical verses, or God said that he could drive. Was that what he said? That I don't know. It's just,
If I had to guess,
like I
knowing
say,
him, and I
such a
don't,
bizarre twist.
it really is. Like, if I had to guess, he does not think that's a license. He wouldn't present it, but he went to it in desperation in the moment. That's my guess.
Yeah, it probably would have been better off. Yeah, who knows either, but it's just who knows.
Oh, it's something. All right. Well, thank you for coming by. I'm gonna have to close this thing down because it went about 2 hours longer than I thought it was going to. And I see that I'm gonna have to do more. That stream is gonna be long on the 25th or the 26th. If that hearing actually goes, and they're talking about 3 witnesses, that thing's gonna take a while.
Yeah, it will.
It's gonna be hotly contested.
And he's got, I think, Detective Mead is, if I'm not mistaken, that's one of the detectives that testified at trial. I think he was one of the guys that investigated, was there on that phone call and everything. I think that's the same person. So you need to be continued. It's like some sitcom cliffhanger here we got going on.
All right. Well, I have to get back to doing stuff. Thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you, Ben. I'm gonna have Kim just take us out. I will see you all later. Thanks again, Ben. That was awesome.
All right.
Oh, sweet Jesus. What?